Do you ever see something so impactful that you know right away you'll never forget it? That happened to me right here. But we'll get to that. Let's go back to the beginning. It started with a girl. And a guy. Well, actually, it started with just the guy. Lu Mingfei had it all. Absent parents, relatives who hated him, no friends, and a dream. To sell magazines. His life kinda sucked, but he was content in his own little world. Still, he chose to send out one application to study abroad, and expecting rejection is what he got, for the school he applied for. But he scored an interview with a related school he had never heard of, and decided to take the shot anyway. Walking up to the interview, he realized he was not the only one invited, and among the applicants was a girl. Nope, not that girl. Chen Wenwen, his longtime high school crush. After her interview, he was called back, and when they started asking the tough questions like, "Do you believe in aliens?" he knew he was wasting his time and didn't hesitate to walk out, because all he really wanted was to settle down in a little house with Wenwen and live a simple life. But unlike most socially inept anime protagonists, Mingfei was friends with her, and when she invited him to a going-away party for the literature club, he just couldn't miss it. This was his last chance to confess before their lives split off after graduating. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's back up a bit. After that joke of an interview, he didn't give the university another thought until he got home and found out he was accepted, though no one had any idea why. The show quickly turns serious as a professor from the university tells him that his parents were graduates of the school and that they still love him, and then just as quickly goes back to being silly. Naturally, this would mess you up, since you kind of thought your parents hated you your entire life. So when he was crying on the bathroom floor, a girl shows up. Yes, that girl. She kindly tells him he's in the women's bathroom and walks him back. Nono is in charge of making sure he accepts the college's offer because they will not take no for an answer per his parents' requests. Unfortunately for them, Mingfei had no intention of accepting, but Nono has done her research on him and knows exactly why. Well, she knows a lot more than just why. She knows everything, including if Wenwen likes him too. But even so, he is willing to bet all his pride, gather all his courage, and give up this chance at college to publicly confess his love to Wenwen at the going-away party. One day before the party, Nono takes one last shot, telling him to give up on Wenwen and join the college. She tries to force his hand before the party, but like any simp, he can't give up the last shred of hope he still has that Wenwen will fall in love with him. No matter how much Nono tries to convince him, he won't back down. So the next day, he gets some flowers and romantic music for one big attempt at winning Wenwen's heart. But from the very beginning, it started to feel off. He realized this wasn't his moment, but someone else's. He was just a prop, but even more so, he was there to look like a fool and make the star of the show look better. After gathering all his courage, someone else one-upped him and even used him to confess to Wenwen. And she felt the same. He threw all his cards on the table and lost, with nothing else to give. But then she appeared. She was doing everything she could to keep him from going to that party without breaking his heart, because she knew what was going to happen from the beginning. So while she couldn't save him from going, she could be there for him when he needed it the most. So that's what she did. And I'll just let the singing speak for itself. When Mingfei was at his lowest, Nono appeared to help him stand up straight and push forward. She was strong for him when he couldn't be strong for himself. And this is what I'll never forget. So often we're told to stand up for ourselves, to be independent and never rely on anyone. We think we will be looked down upon as weak if we ask for help, but that isn't the case. This scene reminds me of the importance of relationships, and especially relying on one another. Sometimes we need help getting back up, and other times, just knowing that there's someone standing strong behind you is enough to keep you going. We have begun to think life is a you versus me, But it shouldn't be that way. It should be a you and me, supporting each other so we both can reach heights we never could have imagined on our own. So maybe acknowledging our weakness and looking to other people in our corner is the first step in truly being able to stand up straight and move forward. Going into this show, I was not expecting such an impactful scene. This moment alone would have made the show worth watching. But there's so much more. The show continues and it's a wild ride. It hits you with dragons, all-knowing AI, fighting, magic, and Nono getting shot. So check it out. You won't regret it. I'm Advil, and I'll see you next time.